Wherever you go, wherever you stay, don't you forget that love is always coming your way. No matter how far, how broken you are, don't you forget that love is always coming your way. Hey, I don't know you, but I know you got tension in your neck, stressed out, too addicted to your phone to go to bed. If that's you, then take a breath. Yeah, feel these words inside your chest. You are loved, you are chosen. Your body isn't broken. For every door that closes, a better one gets opened. You got a light inside, too radiant to hide. If you don't think so, let me change your mind. Wherever you go, wherever you stay, don't you forget that love is always coming your way. No matter how far, how broken you are, don't you forget that love is always coming your way. Always. And you ain't gotta do a thing to get that love. You ain't gotta act nice to get that hug. It don't matter if you stuck inside that mud, the sun's still gonna be shining down on us. If you've ever felt left out, burdened, or weak, I promise not to lie straight from the enemy. Coming for your mind, body, soul, and energy. But do not be deceived, cause you are loved, you are chosen. Your body isn't broken. For every door that closes, a better one gets opened. You got a light inside, too radiant to hide. If you don't think so, let me change your mind. Wherever you go, wherever you stay, don't you forget that love is always coming your way. No matter how far, how broken you are, don't you forget that love is always coming your way.
All right, everyone, thanks for coming tonight. We're going to share a bit about the trip and just get to share some, I asked each student to just share one highlight from the trip. And then afterwards, if you'll be so bold, we'll have a little bit of time for questions. We'll share stuff, and undoubtedly, we know this trip in our minds. We know where we stayed, what all this stuff looks like, but what did you guys do this? Or, whatever, just ask if you got a question here or there. But we'll try to give you the main stuff right away. You want to go to the first slide? Second slide. There we go. Micah, do you want to start just sharing at where we were at and what that kind of looked like, our home base?
Yeah, so we were at Morningside Baptist Church, and we were, at least the men, we were all staying just in a sanctuary pretty much like this, and we'd all had, it's like a probably 7 foot by 4 foot little taped off box. And then we all just had our air mattresses and then our suitcases and bags just stuck in there. And then each morning we'd kind of wake up at 6 o'clock when they would turn the lights on, except the one day at 5:30 when Brandon's alarm, which was Monster by Skillet, went off, which I'm pretty sure woke up everybody except Brandon. But yeah, we kind of started off with that, and then we went and would have breakfast each day, and then we'd do a devotion after that, and somebody would talk, and then we'd kind of meet up and go out to our jobs. And then in the bottom left picture, which I don't know why I pointed, but we had the shower trailers, which that's kind of what I was concerned about, the whole showering situation. But they actually had 4 trailers. It was like 16 showers, I think, and we'd all line up and wait to take our turn after we got back from our job site. And then we also had, in that gym on the right side, we had all of our meals and devotions in there. And I was a little bit disappointed when I heard we weren't going to be eating out every single day, but the food they had there was way, way better than I could have hoped. So they had tons of different desserts. And I think we had a Thanksgiving dinner pretty much the one day. So living conditions there were way better than what I thought they were. But
Yeah.
I'm going to show my ignorance here. Everybody say who you are as you talk.
Oh, good. Yeah. I'm Ryan.
I'm Micah.
Oh, yeah. I'm Ryan Schultz.
I'm Micah Onken. Yeah.
Is there any more that we could share too, what you're up to in life, or not? Just that's good enough? What? That's good. All right, that's good.
I usually sit behind the drums, so I don't have to talk. So I got to share about the next slide,
I'll go for
is the tarping. That's one of the main jobs we did down there. But before I get to that, I just want to say the bathrooms were actually so cool. Like it was like stainless steel everywhere and super nice, but
The shower places, the shower house.
The shower, not the bathroom.
Well, it is kind of, whatever.
Okay, so the tarping, kind of basically what it sounds like. You just put in a big tarp on the roof where there's like leaks or something like that, or massive holes. It's not like the tarp you go buy at like Walmart or something. It's like really fancy, waterproof stuff, really durable. And I just want to say, me and Brandon were on a team, and the one guy that was leading said, "This is the tightest tarp job I have ever seen." So we got 2 legends on the team, all right? That's it right there. That blue right in that picture is very small.
Oh, this one?
No, that one.
This one?
That one. Yeah, right there, that one. But yeah, it's kind of their first defense. We had to make it so it was contractor ready. So we didn't like go and replace the whole roof. We just had to make it stop leaking until they could get somebody to go replace the roof. So that's one of the jobs we did.
My name is Elijah Carrera.
And that was Solomon Johnson.
That was Solomon Johnson. One of the main jobs we were doing was gutting rooms at this one site. After the hurricane came through, there was a lot of black mold that developed, and the homeowner was ill, and he was just breathing that in constantly, just absolutely horrible for his health. And we came in, we were stripping the drywall, taking down the ceiling, taking out the insulation, just so the structure was there. And like Solomon was saying, we're trying to get this contractor ready. And I think the thing I appreciated the most about this trip was like connecting with the homeowners. The people there, they were separated. They were married at one point, separated, but still living together. And it was an interesting situation. It was nice to talk to both of them and see what both their sides of the story were. And by the end, it sounds like they were both willing to make strides to coming back together as one under Christ. And so that was really cool.
Hi, my name is Derek Krakos, and what I wanted to share is when we went to the affected homeowners' houses, I noticed that each homeowner had a secondary issue in their life, whether that be like marital problems, a recent death in their family, or personal health issues. And I noticed even though we came to help 2.5 months later after the hurricane, or whenever it was, God had us there in their lives on His timing, where we could show them God's love and compassion the most. And anyways, I thought it was really cool that we were able to, how we could see God's presence in those moments.
I'm Elijah Cruz, and what I want to share with you is in the actual church, there were so many people from Samaritan's Purse that were from all over the country, like California, Maine, and we just met so many people who were just devoted to spreading God's word and helping people. So that was just amazing to see. And our team leaders too, Craig and Marv, they really helped just show us how to not only do the job, but also just be like kind and show other people the God. And yeah, they were just fun to be around too, and they we would do like devotions with them, and yeah, it was just great.
I'm Wyatt Kroll, and something I really noticed was just the sheer amount of faith that they had. So this hurricane was, I think, 4 months ago now, and these people were still waiting on whatever repairs that they needed. And when we showed up, it was just the amount of joy on their faces was just indescribable, because it's like, it's just so like, sorry, I'm losing my words. But it's just indescribable how someone can have such strong faith. And there was a lady on our first day. Her name was Emmerjean, and we were working on her house, and she was just crying and crying, and it was just, I just didn't quite know how to react, because it was like she'd been waiting for so long and nobody was willing to help her because she has a trailer house. So there was no one that was going to come fix her house. And so when she saw us show up, she was just so happy. And there were other people on the trip as well that were just, you could see that they were holding on to such faith, and they were just so happy to see us. And so that was really, really cool to experience, because I'd never experienced that before. So
I'm Brandon Meyer, and one thing that really kind of stuck out to me after we first got there was we definitely brought the age average down a lot. Like everybody else there was at least retired, if not well into retirement. So it's like just kind of really stuck out to me. It's like these guys are out here cleaning up a hurricane, but most of them are like having a hard time walking already. It's like, wow, okay, these guys are definitely committed to it. And at the end, one of our team leads, Craig, had said to one of the homeowners, we're just kind of like all helping out our neighbors here. We just didn't understand that you're our neighbor till the hurricane came. And I thought it was really kind of cool, kind of stuck with me.
I'm Delaney Krakis. One of the highlights from the trip was getting to meet the other volunteers. One lady in particular I got to meet in the shower line. So we had to wait for her to take a shower after the workday, and so it's about a 15-20 minute wait. And for 3 out of the 4 days, I got to sit by her and just really get to know her. We would talk about our day, but then we also just talked about the steps we were taking to follow the path that God had for us. And I just really enjoyed getting to know her. And also there's many other volunteers I got to know, and also the community as well. They're just a lot of great people, and it was really fun to see that.
I'm Autumn Voss. One of the things that I took away from the trip was seeing the things that had happened to these people was very sad, but it just made me very grateful for the things that we have, and it just opened to my eyes of God provides a lot of stuff for us, and some things that we can't control with it. So
I'm Jolie Broadway. Every morning there was a devotion, and one morning it was about contentment and talking about how Paul was content through all the things he went through in life. And it just reminded me, especially seeing everything that people lost, how much we need to focus our hope on Christ and how that will keep us joyful and grateful throughout all of life's many storms.
I'm Olivia Skolton, and something that God really pressed on my heart during this trip is just how he always has good planned in everything that happens in life. This is just such a big tragedy for all of those people that we served, and it just completely altered their life. But God had good that he planned in it, because so many people came to know the Lord that would not have known the Lord if the hurricane did not happen. So even in the midst of tragedy, we can find the good that God has for us in that. And that was something that God really showed me during this trip.
So great minds think alike, I guess. I'm Chloe Hoftizer, and I'm basically was thinking the same thing as Olivia. But one thing that stuck out to me was just the fact that God lets terrible things happen because he loves us so terribly much. And I just think of the people that without the hurricane could have gone their whole lives having a house and a car and enough stability to not have to think about God, but God wasn't willing to let that happen. He just loved them so much that he let that happen so then they could be saved. And it makes me think of Mark 8 verses 36, what good is it for a man to gain the whole world but forfeit his soul? And these people lost the world, but they gained everything that they needed.
Yeah, I'd agree with a lot. We were doing work there. We were tarping, we were gutting, but just being able to be a part of people's lives in that hard time was the most valuable and everything. In a second, if you have any questions, we'll take some questions. I'll say one thing while I'm thinking about it. So I'll go back a couple of slides and just let you see the best I have picture of this gym. You can see a little bit in here. There was probably about, maybe you guys can help me, but I think maybe 60 people other than us there, possibly, something like that. So there's a good group of people. We got to know a lot of different others there. We split up our team into 2 groups each day, and we'd mix up the teams, but probably in total, I bet we went to somewhere between 10 to 15 houses, something like that, I would guess. So we're meeting different people and doing a lot of different stuff that way. But yeah, any questions anyone have? Yeah. Some of them were in their homes yet, and that was usually the ones that were less severe. Some of them were not. You guys have to give a percentage. How many most were in the homes? I'd say probably 90% of them were in the homes. And yeah, some of it was not a great scenario. You know, I mean, some of it it's like most of their house is okay, but part of it it's like, ooh, you know, yeah. Any others? Brandon, you want to explain the snow on the way back or no? He was driving through it. I was as well, but.
I mean, it snowed on us on the way back. We were just this side of St. Louis and woke up and there was a couple inches of snow and just kind of started heading home. We went straight north to get away from most of it, which very much helped.
Yeah, we kind of got, it always happens. The day that we're driving down or the day we're driving back, snow comes or whatever. We had decently bad fog on the way. I mean, you can just go, you could just go slow and be fine. Yeah.
See right away when we started going out that morning, because I just remember like going like 40 all the way to Alton, and I'm like, man, this is actually kind of slick this morning.
Yeah. So we did have a couple weather things, take it slow through it. We did avoid a lot of the storm all the way from St. Louis to Kansas City. We were originally going to go that way with our route. The entire thing just got a foot of snow, and so we went St. Louis straight up to avoid all that. But yeah, it was annoying for a few hours. We were going slow on the interstate, but whatever. It is what it is. We got back fine, so.
How big of a window would it be for a lot of these? I'm sure these projects.
Yeah, anyone have an idea on that one?
Well, they said that the tarps last 6 months, so that's kind of the time frame for some of those jobs. So.
You always hope. You go ahead. You say.
I know talking to a couple homeowners, some of them had no timeline like whatsoever in there, and then some were like, oh yeah, they'll probably be here within the next month. So.
I feel like it's hard just even around here sometimes to get someone to come work on something, and it's like, how in the world can you get someone lined up there? But yeah.
Could you describe Samaritan's Purse, your perspective of their mission, their ministry, how well it was run? Back to a Samaritan's Purse.
Yeah. Anyone want to go for it?
Yeah. When I heard about it, I was kind of like, I kind of want to go because all my friends are going. And it worked out, so work, PTO, and all that stuff worked out. But I was really like anxious, like I wonder how well this is going to be run, or if it's going to be really crappy. But pretty much as soon as we walked in, like from the moment you get there to the moment you leave, they have everything organized. Like they have breakfast for you, they have snacks throughout the entire day, they have stuff you can do, they have like really good showers. Like I said, they have good bathrooms. They literally take care of like all your essentials, and like really well. It's like the food was super good.
Anyone else have anything?
Yeah, sure. And they were very up on safety, making sure they had up-to-date equipment, up-to-date codes, and there was safety orientations every morning for new people, and then there were also opportunities for some of the power tools where it's if you didn't know how to operate them, somebody could train you so you could safely do that, and they provided you all the PPE and all the stuff you would need to safely operate these things. So it was very legit.
Farthest away. Were we the furthest away? Who was further than us? California. You're talking here, California was further than us, and did I hear Maine? Elijah might have said Maine. I'm not sure. Yes. What do you mean by joined in? Like, we were operating through Samaritan's Purse, so they lined up all our jobs, and we were wearing their T-shirts, which Brandon is showcasing today. We were all wearing those every day. But yeah, everything was through them, and we did every once in a while, we'd have a volunteer or two on our team. Usually it was mostly just our team, like we'd have 7 people plus the team leader they give us. We had Marv and Craig, and Craig was from Michigan, and Marv was from East Texas. We made some East Texas jokes while we were down there. We were working with Samaritan's Purse the whole time that we were down there, and we occasionally had some other volunteers just mixed in with us. Yeah. 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 No, I was just going to point out there was a couple of these right here. These are the shower houses. They had one trailer house there that maybe the chaplains were in, I think. But most of the people who were staying, like volunteers, were staying in the church. I think the girls were in like Sunday school rooms or something like that. The guys were in a big gym of sorts. Yeah. Yeah, do you guys, anyone want to share what? Yeah.
So we were doing Samaritan's Purse. They provide the equipment to do all the outside work, but then they also bring in the chaplains, and the chaplains made the joke a couple times where it's we're doing the stuff on the outside, but they're working on the inside. They're doing the stuff that will last you forever. And of course, the stuff we were doing was important. You need a place to live, but this was the stuff that heals people for eternity. So that's, I guess, that would say.
Also, at the end of every job, we'd present the homeowners with like a Bible, and everybody who worked on their house or project would sign it with like whatever verse they wanted or something like that, and then clearly share the gospel right then too. Just they kind of hear it over and over throughout the entire day that we're there.
Yeah, so when we're working on a job, like Samaritan's Purse will encourage, hey, talk to the homeowners. That's just as valuable as being up on the roof doing something, and just try to minister to them. And then after we present them with the Bible. They do have a couple chaplains will come and just talk with them about where they're at in their faith. And if they're not a believer, they'll ask them if they want to come to believe in Jesus. At the end of each day, we debrief. And so we got maybe 10 different teams or something out there, and just people would share highlights of what happened. But it was cool to hear, oh, this person came to believe, in their team, or, they had this experience with this homeowner. That was really valuable for just to hear all the different things going on that not everyone hears and sees.
They also said since they started down there, there was 111 people brought to salvation. So we're doing all this work, but to actually hear that, at least stuck in my mind that this actually does make a difference. So,
yeah, you could definitely tell that every person that we were helping out. yeah, I can think of at least two of them were like fighting back tears the entire time we're like with them. And I think just to, when so many things are out of control, to have people there to care for you, I mean, to smile, but also just to help you out when you have no idea what to do with your roof or whatever, you can tell it really makes a difference. So I loved being a part of that. That more than all the work, just being a part of those people's lives was a blessing.
Do you know how long Samaritan's Purse was there and will plan on being there?
You guys remember when they? Okay.
Then I think they're there until January, maybe February. So
Sometimes they assess and they do what's called rebuilds. This is called disaster relief, where they're just getting, tarps over roofs and getting kind of the worst of stuff. They'll do rebuilds sometimes where I think they're working on just different houses and building them. But that's something that they sometimes do later. I think February, they'll probably be out of there by February with disaster relief pending. They kind of take it as they go and they assess the situation. So likely February, they might be out of there with disaster relief. You want to tackle that? What do you guys think?
Yeah, it was like 70 degrees for like the first 2 days, which is really nice. Some of us got burnt, not me. And then the last day we could wear our winter coat for the morning, and it got nice enough by the afternoon we could take it off.
Saw a couple hands here, Abe.
So what was the sort of the initial storm impact? Was the initial kind of storm coming before? Was it when it cycled back around and all the rain dumped? What was? And I saw mostly like trees on the road.
Like what caused most of the damage, or?
The damage you were dealing with.
Yeah.
And then how was the local church? It seemed like if Samaritan's Purse is there with that level of presence, that almost the local church is already met. Kind of describe that dynamic.
Yeah. You want to take any part of that?
Some of the houses that we worked on were in pretty rough shape, from like black mold to like a tree falling on it. And the ones that there was like a tree in one of these ladies' houses, and they tarped it, but it was still growing mold on the inside of the walls and everything. And we had to throw a really nice dresser that had mold in it, which was very sad.
there was a lot of flooding that you could tell was there, especially on the trailer houses. You could see that there was water maybe 3 feet up. And yeah, it just seemed like a lot of the trees were just, the winds must have been so bad that it just broke apart, all of them. But other than that, I mean, that was pretty much all you could tell from what we saw.
I think a lot of the water too also was just roof damage. Trees, winds would send trees down, and then the water would get in the house through the top as well. Like around here, it was all just flooding, but a lot of it too was here coming in through the roof. So that was a lot of the damage as well. That's different from like a lot of the flooding we saw around here. And then I think there had another part of your question too, the local church. Anyone want to talk about the local church there? Just our little bit with that, what that was like, or? We were staying at a church there. We would talk with the pastor was there pretty much every night, and his wife. So we got to know them a little bit. I don't know to the extent that the local church was involved. Honestly, I don't know that we did tons.
They gave us desserts.
That's true. There were people in the local church that were. We would see them. They'd be serving for supper and that kind of stuff. So they were involved. But I'm not sure to what extent the local church was involved. I'm sure to some extent. I mean, this church basically just gave Samaritan's Purse their whole church to just say, you guys can use this as a base and do whatever for 5 months or however long they've been there. So we'll go on the way back here. I think everywhere that we were at. Well, no, I take it back. No, there was a few. I don't know what extent of houses. One house did not have power. I don't know about water. I never tried running water there. I don't know what percent, but I know some of them did not have stuff. So. Yeah. So I know some of them did not have power yet. I'm sure some of them, if you turned on the power, you'd have to make sure that you're not going to burn the place down too, because electricity would be all over. So some of it maybe intentionally they don't have power yet. Yeah. Can anyone speak to that they know of? What were the?
One place we stopped at, the family was still going to like swim practice and stuff like that. So most of their activities were still going on, but they just had a hole in their roof. But and like you can see this lady in the corner, also the one at the bottom too. She came back multiple times during her work shift just to like see, like check up on what we're doing if we had any more questions like that. So they were still living their life the best they could. So.
Does anyone know how school? I don't know if I know personally how schools were affected. I guess we don't know that one, unfortunately. We were talking mostly with, I think, parents. I don't know that I interacted with a lot of kids. Yeah.
I think they said there was over 600 requests. Is that? I don't know if that's correct.
I think more than that.
More than that?
I think it was like 1,000 or something, or 2,000.
And they completed 600. So.
All right. Well, I think we're probably about ready to do pizza. I could be wrong on that, right? It looks like Amanda might be getting ready. But anyways, I'll take a moment and we'll just pray for that. And yeah, you can ask us questions. You can, while we're out there if you want. All right, let's pray together. God, thanks so much for the opportunity to go down and serve. And we pray that the work that we got to be a part of, you continue on. And we trust that you will continue on in homeowners' lives, in the lives of the workers at Samaritan's Purse. And we just pray you continue to bless that ministry and every bit of the work that was done. We also thank you for the food, the fellowship tonight, and pray you bless that as well. In your name, Jesus. Amen. All right, I'm not sure if we have any special instructions. I'd say just start making a line back that way towards the pizza. And that's probably it. You guys are dismissed.